and their priorities right. It is my belief that with the Occupy Wall Street movement, that we are in a new political moment, and we need leaders who are willing to take advantage of that moment. We are in a moment where we can begin, it won't happen overnight, but we can begin to stop those who have blocked us for 30 years from investing in schools, investing in our people who have decimated the safety net. My first priority will be fiscal sanity. I'm about revenues. I have an MBA, I bring budgets in on time, I believe in fiscal sanity. We got to talk about revenues. Stop talking about cuts and start talking about revenues. If nothing else, on single payer and on revenues. We got to talk about revenues. Now listen, there are 3 revenue measures. You're going to get people lobbying for all of them. The governor's working really hard on his. I'm here to tell you, I work with California Calls. We're a network of 25 organizations around the state that is building grassroots voter power in low-income communities of color. We're going to change the electorate by 5%, and it's going to be a game changer in California. We're doing what the right did. They changed the electorate by getting evangelical Christians who had never voted before to be 15% of the electorate, and they transformed politics. We're transforming politics in California, and I'm telling you right now, the millionaire's tax is the only tax that has a broad set of services. It supports higher education as well as K through 12. It has some dollars for public safety. It has 70% approval. It can withstand anything Howard Jarvis throws at it. It is going to win. And don't listen to the governor when he tells you, well, the people of California would get confused if there's more than one measure. They will not. They will vote for the best one. And I urge you to suggest to vote for the millionaires, Saxon Workforce. My campaign is a grassroots movement. I know I'm out of time, so I'm going to try to wrap it up. But I'm on fire. I'm with my people. I've had a tough day today, okay? I have the unique position of being the leading candidate in my district, okay? I have 9 out of 9 of the local Democratic clubs have supported me. I have Julia Brownlee, who's the outgoing assembly member. I have Sheila Kuehl, Tom Hayden, Mayor Viragosa, Eric Garcetti. I have tons of people who are supporting me. I'll be done in a second. I'm #1 in the state of all state candidates in fundraising, the highest cash on hand. I have the California Nurses, California Federation of Teachers, and 7 labor movements. I have 500 volunteers. I have all those young people who elected Kamala and elected Brock, and they're working with me now, and we're building a movement. It's a movement to renew the dream. It is time. It is time. I'm telling you, this Sophie's choice of teachers or nurses or firefighters, of child care centers or senior centers. Enough is enough.
I tell you, it sucks to put my hand on the back of someone like me. And having to do it to the likes of others, it's not an easy thing. Our next speaker is someone that we all know and love, and he's one of us. He is running for a seat in the 2nd Congressional District. Again, this is part of that lineup of our Speaking Truth to Power lineup. We know Norman, who for many, many years back has been with us in the trenches in good times and then challenging times, in times that we reached the pinnacle of some really good fights, and other times when they brought the house down on us. He was always there with us. We know that Norman has led a life of activism from his earliest days of fighting against nuclear power, and to go to countries where we started wars on in order to see the other side of things. I don't have a prepared speech about Norman. I can only speak from my heart about Norman. Norman is, we know, with everything that goes wrong with politics nowadays, with our party, with all the high hopes that we place in candidates that come before us, only to be disappointed once they get there, we can honestly say that we know that that is not going to be the case with Norman Solomon. And because of that, I am so pleased that Norman is here, the great peacemaker, Norman Solomon.
We know we're in crisis. We know we've inherited a world that continues to spin towards greater gaps between rich and poor, endless war that won't end, Wall Street making a killing, literally and figuratively. And tonight, we began with the reminder that, as George Orwell said, those who control the past control the future, those who control the present control the past. History ain't over. And we are endeavoring through our work every day to make sure that we can be proud of the future we leave for the next generations. I certainly identify with and totally support the CDP resolution that Karen read, passed a few years ago, acknowledging and condemning the genocide inflicted on Armenian people. That is our position because that is history. Let me dissent from one aspect of that resolution. It referred to the genocide against Armenian people as the first genocide of the 20th century. Unfortunately, it was not. It was the second. The first was the Belgian genocide in the Congo. And yet another reminder that the impulse and the infliction of tremendous violence and murder on behalf of the profit-seeking powers, both national and economic, go back centuries and are with us today. And when I think of those genocides, I think of the children I saw in Baghdad in 2002, when I looked in their eyes and I wondered, will my country kill you? And it turned out that my country did in many cases. We know that in the United States Congress we have many progressives. We know also that the only way to defeat the heartless is not with the spineless, right? I'm running for Congress in an open seat. It stretches from the Golden Gate Bridge to the Oregon border. It is deep blue. It is progressive. It can send a voice and a person and a movement to occupy that seat for the 99%. And we know that that is sorely needed. Now, I have to say that there are many forces that don't think that genuine progressives should be inside of or gain more power inside of the Democratic Party. But we are not going anywhere. We are here and we are organizing. And a lot of those folks, unfortunately, seem to believe that when the chief of the staff of the White House is brought in from J.P. Morgan Chase, that we should keep our mouth shut. That when Wall Street continues to post record profits while we see kids in emergency rooms because they don't have primary care to help them before their illnesses get so much worse, that we should keep our mouths shut. That when the National Defense Authorization Act for the second